We are going to have a fun ride. It's Westside versus Lincoln Northstar tonight here on WTV Live Network. Lincoln Northstar comes into this matchup ranked number 9, and Westside has unfortunately dropped all the way down to the 5 spot coming into tonight's matchup. You may remember they were ranked pretty high. They were actually 2 for most of the season. Then they actually jumped up to number 1. And then last Tuesday, they fell to Millard North last Tuesday. So that kind of brings us where we are now. The number 2 team in the state has fallen all the way down to number 5. And we're off. Back to serve is Jane Kubat for the Warriors. And we're off. That one's blocked right back to the other side. And then it's hit down the line and good for Lincoln Northstar. Elsie Schmidt on the kill for Lincoln Northstar. And back to serve is Barrios. Meyer will set it for Lamb. Off the top of the block and out of bounds. Madeline Lamb is the first point for the Westside Warriors. And back to serve will be Peyton Meyer for the Warriors. She leads this team in aces with 17. Floats the serve, back row. Kept up, and will be tossed over by Schmidt. Kept alive by the Warriors. Now Paymel, tap shot over the edge. And here comes the Warriors once again. In the middle for Winjit. Dug up. This one will go over for Schmidt. Back row dig by Kubat. Now Lamb close side, off the block, almost gets down. We're still alive. Thrown back, and that one gets down for Lincoln Northstar, and they take the lead 2-1 after McKernan tosses it over on a long rally. This should be a fairly back and forth game by both teams. Both two really, really good teams. Westside hasn't played a whole lot recently. Like I said, they've fallen to number 5. After being ranked number 1 last week. Lamb keeps that one up. Meyer chases over the serve. Paymel dinks it over. And now set straight down the center. McKernan. And Lincoln Northstar's up 3-1. 5-4, Lincoln Northstar. Kept up, that'll go far side for Volkmer. Kept alive by Winget. Meyer with the set to Lamb. Far side kept alive. Paymal, Meyer, right back to Paymal, and it's down. Westside takes the lead by 2, 6-4. Once again, if you're just tuning in, I'm Zach Kastrick, and I'm calling this game all by myself. I have no partner tonight. I'm lonely up here in the broadcast booth. 6-4 Westside. Winget serves it into the net, and that'll cut the Westside lead to 1, 6-5. And the Westside will now take the lead 11-9. Back and forth we go so far. Started things off at 4-3, and no team has had more than a 2-point lead. Kubat with the serve, up in the middle, Winget throws it over, and it's gonna end up going out of bounds off the Navigators, and Westside has a 3-point lead. Kubat will continue the train of serves. That's dug in the back row by Barrios. Running over to keep it alive is Kubat up at the net. Winget gives the Warriors the ball. Lamb throws it over. It's going to be set up into the middle, tossed over, keeping it alive. Third hit goes over. Long rally, here we go. And it's going to be blocked, but the Navigators get the point. That cuts the lead to 2. McKenna Powell will get credit for that kill. Ivana Ramos Barrios, 23 aces, leads the team this season. Looking for her 24th of the year, floats it up. Kubat gets to her knees for the dig. Lamb in the front and skulls it over the net and out of bounds. Lead back to 1 for the Westside Warriors. Back-to-back points for the Navigators makes the Westside lead 1. Barrios with the serve. Once again, chasing over is Kubat to keep it alive. Winget right side. Ball ends up in the ceiling. Kubat has to throw it over to the Navigators. Set in the middle for McKernan, and she's going to get her kill. On fire is Lauren McKernan. She's been the hot hand early for Lincoln Northstar. I would imagine they continue feeding her. Head coach Jeremiah Kroll with the signal. Kubat once again an amazing dig. Now back row Lamb, she tosses it over. Set now for Schmidt. Paymal keeps it alive. Meyer with the set to Winget in the middle. Once again set in the middle, McKernan, and Paymal can't keep her hands on it. Lincoln Northstar's back in the lead, 13-12. Westside had their largest lead of the match, 12-9, and they've given up 4 straight points to make it a 13-12 set. Barrios floats the serve to Kubat. Meyer set to Lamb. In the middle off the block. It's kept alive. McKernan. Miller with a dig. Meyer chases for the set. Paymal up into the block and down. Westside ties it back up at 13. Paymal leads this team in kills, 113 coming into the match. We're in set 1, tied at 13. Ashlyn Paymal, Townsend commit, back to serve. Her serve into the back row, kept up, set for Schmidt, and it goes down the line and lands inbounds. 14-13 Navigators. The new person back to serve for the Navigators will be Ashlyn Jensen. She'll search for her 20th ace of the season so far. The serve kept up by Lamb. Meyer up at the net. And they're going to say she stepped over into the other side underneath the net. And the Navigators have a 2-point lead, 15-13. Jensen on the serve. Her team with a 2-point lead. Lamb keeps it alive. Meyer with a perfect set to Winget, and she skulls it home. 14-15, Westside within 1. Lamb back to serve for the Westside Warriors. Kept alive by Barrios. Now back row kill attempt. Kept alive. Paymal, she'll have to toss it over. Now Schmidt up at the net, kept alive. Lamb has to throw it over for the Warriors. Set far side for Elsie Schmidt. Really powerful kill attempt. Gets dug by Kubat. Miller now. Here come the Navigators. Now Meyer with a set. Kubat to Miller. Down the side, kept alive. Once again, long rally. Paymal off the top of the net, and it's going to get home. Westside ties it up at 15. A really long rally goes in the favor of the Warriors. The momentum it seems to be shifting back to the home team. 15-15 all here at Jim Tengdahl Court. Over halfway through set number 1. Lamb, straight shot serve. In the middle, McKernan, and she's going to get stuffed back to the other side by Mackenzie Winget. Westside back in the lead. Mackenzie Winget came into this match with 21 blocks, a team lead. Far side for Schmidt, and she responds with a powerful kill of her own. Tied back up at 16. We continue to go back and forth here in set number 1. We continue to go back and forth here in set number 1, 16-16. Back to serve, Westside up by 1, 17-16. Winget, a service error, gives the Northstar a point, and we're back to a 17-17 ball game. Back to serve for the Navigators is Alexis Party. Her serve into the back row, kept up by Lamb. Meyer sets at the net. That one's hit back down by Bale. Kubat to Meyer, far side Paymal, dug by Party. And now Northstar is gonna have to give a free ball back to the Warriors. Kubat, Meyer, Paymal, give her the point. Westside up by 1, 18-17. Ashlyn Paymal has had herself quite a night for the Warriors, and on the other side, Lauren McKernan matching her kill for kill. Served by Paymal's, kept up for Volkmer with the kill, and we're tied right back at 18. We continue to go kill for kill, point for point, tied at 18. Alex Kroll back to serve. She's third in the state in assists as a setter this year for the Navigators. Meyer will set for Miller. She skies high, and it's going to bounce off the net and out of bounds. Northstar back in the lead, 19-18. It's been a minute since Lincoln Northstar has been in the lead. We go all the way back to when it was 14-15 Lincoln Northstar. Kroll with the serve. Meyer set for Miller, and she gets stuffed back. Lincoln Northstar's got a 2-point lead. That was a powerful block returned back from Lincoln Northstar. Kochorchki, one of the two up front. Alex Kroll back to serve. And it's going to sail out of bounds. Westside back in with 1 after the Lincoln Northstar service error. Sky Miller, she leads this team in aces with 16 on the year. She'll search for number 17. She won't get it. It's kept alive, but it's going to give the Warriors a really good chance here on the other end. Meyer, she'll throw it into the back row. Now in the middle by Kochorchki, kept alive. Meyer with a set to Lamb. Cross court, count it, and it's tied back up at 20. Sky Miller runs back to serve once again for the Westside Warriors. Really close set. Back and forth we've gone. Miller with a serve. Kept alive, set in the middle. And it's kept alive by the Warriors. Lincoln Northstar with a go. That's going to be kept alive, but going out of bounds. Delaney Volkmer will get the kill. Lincoln Northstar back in the lead. After the kill, Delaney Volkmer will be back to serve. Her team up by 1. Kubat with the dig. Meyer with the set. Lamb down the side, and it's going to go out of bounds. Northstar with the lead by 2. Very animated coach Jeremiah Kroll right now for the Navigators. He's really getting into this. And coach timeout by Andrew Worley. It's 20-22. We've had a back and forth set number 1 this entire time. And we're going to head to a break. Westside down by 2. Northstar with a 22-20 lead here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm broadcasting this game. I'm Zach Kastrick, and I'm by myself once again. Here in set number 1, Lincoln Northstar with a 2-point lead over Westside, 22-20. Back to serve Volkmer. Kubat keeps it alive. Meyer chases over. Free ball Navigators. They look to take a 3-point lead. That one's far side, Schmidt. Westside needs this point bad. Lamb down the side, and it's in. Lead to 1. Westside parents and students realize how important that point was. It's a 1-point lead. Lincoln Northstar only 3 points away from taking the also important set number 1. Kubat with the serve, kept alive by Schmidt. It's going to be set right back to her. Off the top of the block, Paymal, Meyer. Now miscommunication. Northstar with a free ball. Now tapped into the net. Westside will get the point on the air from McKenna Powell. And we're back tied up at 22 apiece. Quick stoppage of play, and we'll resume right back here at Westside High School. 22 apiece here in set number 1. Kubat with the serve, kept alive by Barrios. Now set for Powell, off the top of the block. Miller with a dig. Meyer with a set to Lamb. Cross court, kept alive. Paymal, Meyer in the middle for Winget. Powerful kill, gets blocked right back to the other side. The Navigators are back in the lead by 1, 22-23. 2 points away is Lincoln Northstar from taking the most important set, number 1. Back to serve, Ivana Ramos Barrios. Floats the serve, Kubat, Meyer, Winget, right side, blocking up into the net. Now for Schmidt, off the top of the block, and it gets down. We're gonna have set point for Lincoln Northstar, 24-22. Westside needs to find a way to scratch off 2 points. Coach Worley's going to take his second timeout of the set as Westside trails by 2. Quick recap, Westside had this game tied at 22. They give up 2 straight points. It's now 22-24 Lincoln Northstar. And this has been back and forth. No team has had more than a 3-point lead in this first set. Each team had a 3-point lead at one point. Lots of 2-point leads as right now. And it's been back and forth. Countless ties in set number 1. The most recent tie was 22-22. And the Northstar Navigators rattle off 2 straight points to make it a 24-22 game in set number 1. A quick timeout from Coach Worley. And he has a quick word for Mackenzie Winget and Peyton Meyer. And here comes the Navigators for set point. It's 24-22. Lincoln Northstar looks to take the first set over the number 5 team ranked in the state. Back to serve will be Delaney Volkmer. Powerful off the top of the net. Kubat keeps it alive. Meyer with a set to Lamb. Off the block and out of bounds, 23-24. Westside survives to see another set point. Peyton Meyer, probably one of the best serves by the Warriors on the team. She came into this match with 11 assists, or 17 aces, sorry. She floats the serve, kept up by Barrios in the middle. McKernan, Meyer with a dig, it's kept alive. Here come the Warriors. Lamb has to toss it over. Now Powell, far side, kept alive by Miller. Meyer with a set to Paymal, and it gets down! We're tied at 24. We're gonna see some extra points here in set number 1. 2 really important points by the Westside Warriors. We're tied at 24. Now a team has to reach 26-24 to take the first set. We're gonna see extra points. 25 will not win it. Westside's gonna get a free ball from McKenna Powell. Meyer will set to Paymal. Off the block and out. Westside will have set point. 25-24. The chemistry between Ashlyn Paymal and Peyton Meyer is unmatched. And now we're gonna get a timeout from the other side. Coach Jeremiah Kroll calls timeout with his team down 1 with their backs against the wall here in set number 1. We're gonna take a quick timeout here on the WTV Live Network. 25-24, set point coming up for the Warriors. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick, and we have set point. 25-24, Westside in the lead. They had their backs against the wall. It was 24-22. 3 straight points brings us here. 25-24, set point, Westside Warriors. Meyer with a serve, and it's gonna sail out of bounds. We're tied back up at 25. Now a team has to go 27-25 to win this set. Meyer shakes her head, a little upset with her on that one. Jensen back to serve for Lincoln Northstar. Kept up by Lamb in the back row, nearly hits a speaker on the ceiling. Winget has to throw it over to keep things alive. Now set in the middle, McKernan, she gets stuffed by Mackenzie Winget. The big Mackenzie Winget stands in the middle and sends things back on McKernan, and another set point for the Westside Warriors. Mackenzie Winget stands at only 6 foot. With a high jump though, she sends that one back. Set point, Westside Warriors. Nearly lost it again, but it gets over the net. McKernan bouncing on the floor, and we're back at 26. More extra points here at Westside High School, 26-26. A reminder, a team must win by 2. Now back to serve is Elsie Schmidt. In the back row, Lamb on her knees for the dig. Paymal right side, goes cross court, chasing over his Barrios, keeping it alive. Meyer, Kubat, Paymal once again, right side, off the block and out of bounds. Another set point upcoming for the Westside Warriors. Coach Kroll gets on his knees for the Navigators, trying to stress something important to his team. Now back to serve, Cat gone, and we're gonna get a timeout, the final timeout for both teams. Jeremiah Kroll uses that one, as we're gonna get a set point upcoming for the Westside Warriors. 27-26, back to serve will be Cat gone when we come back here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. 27-26 Your score right now on the scoreboard, Westside in the lead. And Kat Gahn set to serve the set point for the Westside Warriors once again. Kept alive. Now far side, up into the net, and it gets down for the Navigators. We're tied back up at 27. No team has found a way to get 2 straight points. And now the serve will go back to the Navigators. They tied things back up at 27. And now checking into the game, Alexis Party back to serve. No team can win here on this point. Lamb to Meyer to Payma. The serve's behind her. And now the far side, and it's going to get down. Delaney Volkmer will get the kill. And now we're going to have a set point for the Lincoln Navigators. It's been a minute since we've seen any set point for Lincoln Northstar. But we're going to get one here. Westside's got to find a way to get this point or they will lose set number 1. Party with the serve. Kept up by Lamb. Meyer throws it over. Lincoln Northstar with a chance to win. Volkmer far side. The block gets down. Point Warriors 28-28. No team can find a way to get 2 straight points. We are going to have presumably no more stoppages of play. No team has a timeout right now. Payma gets a sign from her coach with the serve. Kept alive. Now far side, Delaney Volkmer. And it's going to get down. Kubat can't get over. And another set point upcoming for Lincoln Northstar. They just had one when it was 28-27. And now it's 29-28. They need this point to take set number 1. The person to serve will be Alex Kroll, one of the 2 captains on this team. Kept up by Lamb. Meyer up into the net, has to throw it over, and it's Point Warriors, 29-29. No team can win. And we're already up into the 30s after this point. Quite a long set number 1. Tied at 29. Miller with a serve. Up at the net, and it's going to give the Warriors a free ball. Meyer will set to Lamb. Up into the net, and she can't get it over. The 3rd straight set point for Lincoln Northstar. They need this one. Now back to serve the sophomore Delaney Volkmer. This Lincoln Northstar team dominated by a lot of young players, lots of sophomores, including Volkmer with the serve. Kubat on her knees for the dig. Meyer sets for Lamb, and she hits the net. Lincoln Northstar will take the very long set number 1, 29-31. What an amazing set by 2 top 10 teams. The number 9 team in the state will take the first set 31-29 here on the WTV Live Network. What a set by both teams. It was back and forth. No team led by 3 at any point. 3 was the largest lead, and it results in a 31-29 lead for Lincoln Northstar. We're going to take a break here on the WTV Live Network for set number 2 upcoming. Stay tuned. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. Lincoln Northstar took a really long set number one, 31-29, just a few minutes ago. Went into several extra points. And a really winded Zach Kastrick I am. I'm here alongside absolutely no one. I'm by myself once again. And we'll start things up here in set number two in just a few seconds. Coach Worley didn't seem too upset with his team on that set number one performance. Just a few quick words and stern words, I must add, by Coach Worley. And a little bit of excitement along with stern words from Coach Kroll of Lincoln Northstar in the break of set number one. We're off here in set number one, and the point's going to start with Lincoln Northstar on the air from Madeline Lamb. Back to serve, Ramos Barrios for Lincoln Northstar. Kubat once again on her knees for a dig. Back row Paymal, what a fireball, kept alive. Now close side up into the net, and it's going to be a kill getting down for McKenna Powell. Northstar starts things off with a 2-0 lead here in set number two. Two seem to be the common number for the lead in set number one. No team led by more than three at any point. Ramos Barrios serve, and it's going to be 3-point lead off the service ace from Ivana Ramos Barrios. She came into this match leading the team in aces with 23. And she's going to match her service ace with a service air, and that'll be the first point for the Westside Warriors. Now back to serve Jane Kubat for Westside. Her serve almost gets down in the middle for McKernan. She led the team in kills in set number one, and she's going to get another one there. Lincoln Northstar back with a 3-point lead. Back to serve Ashlyn Jensen, just checking into the game. She's one of the countless sophomores for Lincoln Northstar. Kubat, Meyer, now for Lamb, and she's going to get scolded right back to where she came from. It's 5-1 Lincoln Northstar. A really, really hot start here in set number two. They found a way to keep all of the momentum after taking a really long set number one to extras. 31-29, they took that set. The serve by Jensen, kept alive by Kubat. Westside needs momentum. Back row Paymo, and it sails out of bounds. Westside's down by 5, 6-1 Navigators. Paymo came into this match leading the team in kills, but she also had 38 airs on the season. (6-1) Navigators. The serve by Jensen. Kubat, Meyer, now Winget, and she can't get her hands all the way on that one, and it's going to be a 6-point lead for Lincoln Northstar. A pretty poor start by the Westside Warriors here in set number two. Coach Worley telling his team to calm down and collect themselves. They trail by 6. They need momentum. Meyer to Lamb. Can't find a point there. Now in the middle, McKernan. And what a start by Lincoln Northstar here in the second set. They lead by 7, 8-1. That's going to be a timeout called by Coach Worley. He's seen enough here to start this second set. He needs to have a word with his team. And we're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. Lincoln Northstar in the lead, 8-1. You're listening to Westside Volleyball on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. 8-1, Lincoln Northstar with the lead. In that timeout, Coach Jeremiah Kroll of the Navigators seems super excited with the way his team started this one. And the exact opposite by Coach Worley. He seemed a bit frustrated with the way the Warriors started things. They find a way to get a point on the board, courtesy of Madeline Lamb. They cut the lead to 6. 6 is double the largest lead either team had in the first set, which was 3. So Westside needs to find a way to rattle off some quick points to get themselves back in to this match. Meyer with a serve, kept up by Barrios. In the middle, McKernan, and she's blocked by Mackenzie Winget alongside her teammate Madeline Lamb. Whatever Coach Worley said in that timeout must have worked well. His team has found a way to battle back and get 2 straight points. And they still trail by what is now a 4-point lead for Lincoln Northstar off the service ace from Peyton Meyer. Peyton Meyer tore her ACL midway through last season. She's battled back really well, starting off this 2024 season. And right as I say that, she hits the ball into the net. Lincoln Northstar back up by 5. Now back to serve for Lincoln Northstar is Elsie Schmidt. Her serve is kept alive, nearly gets down. Lincoln Northstar thought it did. Up at the net, a joust kept alive. Now tossed over, Westside needs this point here. Meyer with a set to Paymal. Set behind her, but it doesn't matter. She finds a way to get it to the floor. Ashlyn Paymal, a Creighton commit. Peyton Meyer with a sigh of relief. She set that ball a little bit behind Ashlyn Paymal, but she went back to grab it and get the kill. A service ace for Madeline Lamb. Lincoln Northstar's lead is down to 3. Westside has found a way to battle back really well. (9-6) Lincoln Northstar. Nearly had another service ace, and it will go down as 1. The dig goes out of bounds on the other side of the net. Westside within 2, 9-7, Northstar with the lead. Lamb with the serve, and she gives the point right back to Lincoln Northstar with a service error. Lincoln Northstar wins the race to double digits. They have a 10-7 lead. Back to serve Alexis Party for the Navigators. And it's going to land on the back line. A service ace, and the lead is up to 4. (11-7) after Westside had cut the lead to what was 2 as 7-9. The lead's back up to 11-7. And a service error right after the service ace from Alexis Party. Lincoln Northstar's lead is down to 3. Westside is yet to lead at any point here in the second set. Mackenzie Winget, the transfer student for Westside, with the serve. And Westside cannot find a way to keep the serves in bounds right now. Mackenzie Winget with a service error that time. Coach Worley all smiles about it though. His team is only what is 4 after they trailed by what was 8 points at one point. And wow, this is not at all what we saw in set number 1. Bunch of service aces in set number 1, and now it's nothing but service errors for both teams right now. 12-9, a 3-point lead for the Navigators. And that one, a service ace. Ashlyn Paymal will get credit for that one. 12-10, Westside within 2. The ball will roll back to Ashlyn Paymal. The Creighton commit, tallest player on the team at 6'2", and she nearly gets her second in a row service ace. in the middle, and it's going to be blocked back by Lincoln Northstar. Or it's actually going to land on the other side of the net. Sorry, check what I'm seeing. It's 12-11 Westside with the point. 12-11, nearly another service ace for Ashlyn Paymal. A fight at the net, lands on the Westside side of the net. Now Miller looking for the kill. Barrios throws it over, keeping things alive for Lincoln Northstar. A perfect set to Miller, goes cross court, kept alive. And now Schmidt will get the kill for Lincoln Northstar. Their lead is 2 points. 13-11. Still, Westside yet to lead in set number 2, but they did trail as much as 7 going back to when Coach Worley called the first time out for Westside. It was 8-1 at that point. Kubat, and nobody's home to receive her pass. And Northstar's lead is back up to 3, 14-11. Just miscommunication across the board by Westside on that one. Back to serve Delaney Volkmer for Lincoln Northstar. Meyer runs over for the set to Lamb. And sorry, that wasn't Lamb, that was Miller who sends the ball flying out of bounds. 15-11, Westside was back in within 1 when it was 12-11. And 3 straight points by the Navigators. Westside's lead has not been non-existent. Kubat with a toss to the sky. And Sky Miller, she gets rejected. It's 16-11 Lincoln Northstar. And Coach Worley signals for his second and final timeout of the second set. His team is all sorts of discombobulated right now after their long set number 1, which they lost 31-29. And they've yet to find a way to lead at all in this match. 16-11, the lead right now for the Navigators. Eight to 1 was the largest lead at one point for Lincoln Northstar. Westside battled back, had the match within 1 point, all the way back at 12-11. 4 straight points by the Navigators brings us to where we are right now. And where we're at right now is a 16-11 lead for Lincoln Northstar. And back to serve with the 4-point lead for the Navigators is Delaney Volkmer. Her serve kept alive by Kubat. Myers there to receive it. Miller can't find the floor. 17-11, 6-point lead for Lincoln Northstar. 1 more point and they'll match their largest lead between both sets, which was 7, when it was 8-1, starting things off in this second set. There to receive, Meyer. Now Miller lightly tosses it over, and miscommunication results in a Westside Warrior point. A much needed one at that. 17-12, the Navigators' lead is down to 5. Coach Worley looks at what appears to be a stat sheet, gives Miller the sign, and now things will be set up for Schmidt off the block. And it's gonna go, gonna say it hit the little stick on the net, and Westside will get the point. It appeared from my vantage point that it hit the block and went out of bounds, but Westside, along with the referees, will give Westside the point off the ball hitting the stick. Miller with the serve, kept alive by Barrios. It will be set for Schmidt. Meyer there, Kubat, Lamb, cross court, kept alive. Into the net, nobody's there to reserve the pass. It's 14-17. Westside climbing back to a 3-point deficit. 17-14. Sky Miller with the serve. And it's going to sail out of bounds. Lincoln Northstar will take back their 4-point lead. Westside was building a little bit of momentum by a couple of straight points, but they give it back to the Navigators off a service error, which has killed both teams here in set number 2. Back row Paymal won a fireball, and it's going to get to the other side of the net. Westside with the point, 15-18. Westside trails. Ashlyn Paymal very dangerous in the back row. She gets her kill there. Westside may need to find a way to get her going if they want to come back. And that one lands in the corner. A service ace for Jane Kubat. Adamant is Coach Jeremiah Kroll, saying it landed in bounds, but from our spot up top in the bleachers, sure looked in bounds along with the referees. They all agree. And the up top chair referee is going to issue Coach Kroll a yellow card for the way he was arguing, saying that one landed in bounds. He's going to have a bit of a talk with the referee here on the close side. And the chair referee, you're not really allowed to address him unless you're the captain on the floor by either team. Things will be settled about between Lincoln Northstar after a stoppage of play. We're back to go here at Westside High School. Westside within 2, trailing Northstar by 2. Schmidt can't find a way to find the floor. Meyer will set for Lamb, and it's in the corner. Westside's within 1. After a service ace landing in the corner, a yellow card issued to Coach Kroll of Lincoln Northstar. Westside has momentum. It's 18-17 here in set number 2. Kubat's serve kept alive. McKernan looking for an answer. Meyer with a set to Wingett in the middle. Blocked and kept alive. Now tossed over by Volkmer. At the top, Meyer throws it over. Now close side for Schmidt. Off the block and it hits the floor. Westside had a chance to tie it, but instead it gives Lincoln Northstar a 2-point lead, 19-17. Once again, Westside has not led yet in this second set, but they did trail as much as 7 points all the way back when it was 8-1. They have battled back within 2 right now. Meyer with a set at the net for Lamb, kept alive by Jensen in the middle. Volkmer, Paymal for Lamb off the block and out of bounds. Westside within 1 once again, 19-18. Back to serve, Peyton Meyer Townsend commit. Looking to tie things up for the first time since it was all the way back at 0-0 when we started. In the middle, McKernan, she has an answer. Lincoln Northstar back up by 2. In the middle, number 7, Lauren McKernan has been unstoppable so far between these first 2 sets. Only person to have been able to stop her seemed to be Mackenzie Wingett in the middle. And back to serve will be Schmidt. Kept alive. Meyer for Paymal. Off the block, nearly got down. And Westside will reset things. In the middle, Wingett right down center court. Westside within 1, 2019. Mackenzie Wingett, a transfer from the Millard School District. Coach Worley is happy to have her here in a Westside uniform. Back to serve, Lamb, 2019, and it sails out of bounds. A service error is a coach's worst nightmare, and boy has it been for both of these coaches in tonight's matchup, specifically here in the second set. 21-19 on the scoreboard. Lincoln Northstar with the lead. Party with the serve, Service ace in the books for Alexis Party. Lincoln Northstar's up by 3. It's a party for Lincoln Northstar right now with a 3-point lead, and their teammate Alexis Party back to serve. And a service ace once again, back-to-back after it hits the top of the net. Lincoln Northstar is having a heyday in these last 2 points. Alexis Party back-to-back service aces, 23-19. Westside has no timeout to stop things right now. Looking for a third service ace, but it's a service error. A lot of adrenaline results in a service error. 3-point lead now for Lincoln Northstar. 23-20 right now. Westside needs to find a way to maybe match a couple of points here in a row to get themselves back within a couple of points. Cat gone with the serve, thrown over, kept alive. Now Meyer with a set to Paymal, off the top of the block on the other side of the court. Westside down by 2 now. Timeout, Lincoln Northstar. Coach Jeremiah Kroll wants a few words with his team. They still have a 23-21 lead. They only need 2 more points to take a 2-0 set on Westside. And we're going to take a quick break here. Westside trails by 2. You're listening to Westside Volleyball on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside trails by 2, 23-21. Down by 1 set right now. Need to find a way to rattle off a few points. (23-21) right now. Westside trails Lincoln Northstar. A service from Cat Gone results in a point for Lincoln Northstar. They're going to have a set point, up by 3 right now. Westside needs to find a way to rattle off 3 straight points if they want to send it to extras. The last set went to countless extra points, 31-29 in the favor of Lincoln Northstar. This one starts a lot different. Up into the net, nearly results in a Westside loss on the set, and a net violation is going to give Westside the point. Still set point for Lincoln Northstar, 24-22. The Navigators are going to have at least 2 more set points before we head to extra points. Paymal with the serve, kept up by Barrios. Set at the net for Volkmer. Westside with the chance. Miller gets down in the back row. 24-23 now is the score. Still set point for Lincoln Northstar, and it's going to be after a timeout from Coach Kroll. The last of the timeouts between both teams. 24-23. A quick recap of this second set. Westside trailed by as much as 7 points all the way back at 8-1 when Northstar had the lead. And now the lead is only 1 for Lincoln Northstar. Westside has yet to have a lead in the second set. And they look to what would be their first lead would be a set point in set number 2. But first they have to find a way to battle off 2 more points against Lincoln Northstar if they want a chance to do that. They did trail 24-21, which was the set point, first set point for Lincoln Northstar. But now, after 2 straight points by the Westside Warriors, It's 24-23. Lincoln Northstar is going to have 2 more goes to win this set before we see a tie ball game. Lincoln Northstar fans on their feet with some claps here for set point. Paymal with the serve, chasing into the back. It's kept alive, but it gets down. Miscommunication, tied at 24. No team can win now on this set point. 25 is the number to win, but we have back-to-back extra points between the first 2 sets. A team must win now 26-24, 2 straight points by either team. Now close side for Volkmer. It's going to be a point for the Navigators, and here we go again. Set point, Lincoln Northstar. Westside battled off 3 straight set points by the Navigators, and they have to battle off another one right here. Volkmer with the serve, Kubat with the dig, Meyer with the set, middle for Miller, and it gets down. 25-20-25. Wow, there could not be any more way to make this match exciting. 31-29, I remind you of the set 1 score. Right now it's 25-25. Miller with the serve. Kept up. Now will be Smith for Schmidt. Point Lincoln Northstar, 26-25. Once again, set point for the Navigators. Westside has still not had a lead here in the second set. And they have to battle off another set point if they want to stay alive and not go down 2-0. The serve by Barrios, kept up by Kubat, into the back, and Lincoln Northstar's up 2-0. They party on their side of the court. Westside can't believe it. A really exciting second set results in a win for Lincoln Northstar, 27-25, the final score in set number 2. And Westside needs to find a way to pull off a reverse sweep if they want to win this second set. We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. Reminder, it's Teacher Appreciation Night, and they're playing a little bit of a video. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Zach Kastrick along with the ride for you, and the ride has been quite a roller coaster. But right now, a 2-0 lead for the Lincoln Northstar Navigators. 2 sets that resulted in extra points. The first one, 31-29 was the final score. And now the second set results in a 27-25 win for Lincoln Northstar. And Westside has to pull off the reverse sweep to win this match. Reminder, we play to a best of 5 sets, and right now it's completely controlled by the team in white. And Jane Kubat will start the mission off of a reverse sweep for the Warriors. Set in the middle, kept alive, right back to the other side. Westside will set things up now. Lamb goes cross court, but it's kept alive. Barrios with a set to Schmidt. Goes out of bounds on the opposite side of the court. Westside starts it off with a 1-0 lead. I remind you, that is the first lead since set number 1 for Westside. They did not have a lead at all in the second set. Now close side for Schmidt, off the block, kept alive by Paymal. A fight at the net, and gives Westside a point. Peyton Meyer throws it home. It's 2-0 Westside. A point here would match Westside's largest lead between both sets, which was 3 points. They had 2 times in the first set. Kubat with the serve, kept alive by Barrios. Set now for Schmidt, and it's blocked. Madeline Lamb alongside her teammate Myla Dietz. 3-0 Westside. Kubat, the only person to serve so far in this third set. Schmidt with the attempt, kept alive by Kubat. Meyer throws up a set, and it goes on the wrong side of the pole, I thought. And that's what the official ruling is going to be from the officials, 3-1. Peyton Meyer, the captain on this Westside team, will have a word with the up top official, relay the message to her coach, Worley, and that'll be settled. Point Lincoln Northstar, the lead's down to 2. 3-1, Kubat gets her hands on it, but a service ace cuts Westside's lead to 1. 3-2 the score. Coach Worley takes a drink after he was quite upset with that call just a second ago, but they still have the lead by 1. The serve by Barrios, Kubat, Meyer, now for Lamb, goes cross court and lands on the back line. Point Westside. Coach Kroll with a little bit of a stern smile. His original reaction looked like he thought it was out. Pleads his case, but turns back to his bench and said it was in with a little bit of an upset face. Up front by McKernan, and she slams it into the net. Westside's lead is up to 3. Westside student section, as small as it is, they have a little bit of a fight in them tonight, with a few chances. McKernan up front, off the top of the block and out of bounds. Westside's lead is down by 2. Subs from Coach Kroll is Ashlyn Jensen checking into the game with the serve. She came into the match with 19 aces. Powerful serve into the back row. Service ace, Ashlyn Jensen. Westside 1-point lead. Looking for back-to-back aces is Ashlyn Jensen. Kubat gets her hands on that one. Meyer with a set to Paymal. Almost got blocked to the floor, and that one is going to be a block. Point Warriors, though, off of a net violation as she was throwing the ball to the floor. Madeline Lamb back to serve for Westside. Kept up by Barrios in the middle. McKernan, give her the point. 6-5 the score now. Now back to serve, Elsie Schmidt. This serve by Schmidt goes out of bounds. Service error. Westside lead is to 2. Service aces have been quite a frequent occurrence, but so has service errors. A nightmare for both teams. A thing a coach just cannot stand. We hear it all the time from every coach at every level. Far side, the kill attempt by Volkmer gets to the floor. It's 7-6. Westside still has the lead. Lincoln Northstar has not had a lead here in this third set as they look to tie the game up at 7 apiece. Seven to 6, back to serve Alexis Party. She had 2 crucial service aces in the second set to secure the victory. In the middle, Winget can't get it down. Now back to the other side of the middle, Kotorski. Meyer set for Paymal, right side, cross court, count it. 8-6, Westside. Ashlyn Paymal, Creighton Blue Jay commit, gets the sign for the serve, and she hits the top of the net. Service error. I could tell you one thing, both of these teams, I would imagine, are going to spend quite a lot of time in practice on serving after this, what is a unfortunate series of events for both teams at the service line. The dig up into the net, and it's going to land on the other side, and it's going to be a point for the Navigators to tie things up at 8. Coach Worley pleading his case. He thinks it should be a point for Westside. So do all the players. In a meeting between the flag official and the on-floor official will result in a Westside point. They flip it after meeting together. And Coach Kroll shakes his head to his coaches. He realized it was a Westside point, but he wasn't going to say anything until they made the official call. Sky Miller with a pretty early serve. She hadn't got the signal from either official. And now we're ready to go here with the Sky Miller serve. 9-7, Westside with the lead. Dug by Barrios, set in the middle for Volkmer, and she gets the kill. 9-8, Westside still with the lead. The serve by Lincoln Northstar. Winget, right side of the court, gets down. 10-8, Westside with the lead. Lincoln Northstar still searching for their first lead in this third set. Opposite of the first or second set, Westside had no lead at all at any point. Barrios with the dig, set for Schmidt, and it gets home. 10-9, back and forth we go here in set 3. Just a reminder, Lincoln Northstar leads 2-0. Barrios with the floating serve, kept up by Kubat. Meyer with a set to Lamb. Hits a player in the face. That player is Delaney Volkmer. She got her hands on it, or rather her body on it, but it gets out of bounds. 11-9. Westside with the lead. Meyer with a serve, kept up by Volkmer, running over, setting it to Schmidt. Blocked. Paymall sends it back. 12-9. Westside leads. Meyer with a serve, kept up by Volkmer. Now set for Schmidt. Now Lamb down the sideline. Westside has a 4-point lead. Timeout, Lincoln Northstar. Westside with a 4-point lead. And Coach Kroll needs to, with a few words for his team as they trail by 4, still searching for their first lead here in set number 3. We're going to take a quick break here on the Westside WTV Live Network. You're listening to Westside Volleyball. They lead 13-9. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Westside still with a 4-point lead, but they trailed 2 sets to none. 13-9, the current score. Westside with the lead. They have been the only team to have a lead here in the 3rd set, but they also didn't have a lead at all in the 2nd set. So we'll see how it ends. McKernan with a response cuts the Westside lead to 3. Lauren McKernan, the 5'9", sophomore in the middle, has had quite a hot hand here in tonight's match. Lamb with a dig, Meyer with a set to Paymall, cross court, inbounds! 14-10 Westside. Meyer and Paymall have some unmatched chemistry, one of the best duos in the state of Nebraska right now. Back to serve, Madeline Lamb for the Warriors. Floating out of bounds. Another service error by Westside. The lead is down to 3 now. That is probably going to be a point of emphasis in the meeting after tonight's match. Subbing out is Schmidt. Checking in is Marie Panitz, and she'll be back to serve. The serve sails out of bounds. Back-to-back service errors won by both teams. It's 15-11 Warriors. Now checking in to serve for Westside is Kat Gahn. A tie of the shoe by Peyton Meyer, and we're off. Westside up by 4 here in set number 3. In the middle, McKernan. Nobody can stop her. 15-12, Westside with the lead. Lauren McKernan came into this match with 129 kills, second on her team. 18th in Class A right now, coming into today's game. She's also 10th in hitting percentage in Class A in the state of Nebraska. Miller, her kill attempt gets blocked. and the lead is only 2 now for Westside. (15-13), Alexis Party back to serve. And a miscommunication between the setup of Westside, and it's going to give the point to Lincoln Northstar. Coach Worley confused on the call. The players also confused. Still getting the explanation. Quite confused. Lincoln Northstar is going to huddle up on the left side of the net. Westside stands in confusion on the right side. And Westside gives up on their case. Lincoln Northstar will keep the point. Westside's lead is 1, make it 2. Service error, Alexis Party. Westside's lead, 16-14. Coach Worley finally backs off of the officials. Still upset after that last call. 16-40, Paymal with the serve. Set up for Volkmer, and she's gonna get it down off the pancake from Paymal. Westside's lead is only 1. Back to serve for Lincoln Northstar, Alex Kroll. The serve kept up by Paymal. She gets it with the kill. Strong kill attempt. Tossed over, fight at the net. Lincoln Northstar is gonna tie things up at 16. A sense of urgency, and Lincoln Northstar has fought their way back. 16-16, the first tie in quite a long time. They've yet to have a lead here in the second set. They search for it, and they won't get it. Meyer in athletic play, throwing it over the net, and Westside's back up by 1. Sky Miller back to serve for Westside. She's up, the ball is down. Kept up in the middle for Volkmer, kept alive. Now Lamb, off the block and out of bounds into the hands of Lincoln Northstar's coach. Westside's up by 2, 18-16. Westside trails 2-0, looking to pull off the reverse sweep. They need to win 3 straight sets. They're up by 2 here in the third set. Set in the middle for Volkmer, and she can't get it over. Westside's up by 3. Still searching for their first lead. 19-16. Timeout, Coach Kroll, his second of this third set. He has none left. We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. Westside leads 19-16. Welcome here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick, and I have no broadcast partner tonight, guys. I'm a little bit lonely here on the mic. But I can tell you one thing. I've had a lot of fun here tonight. Westside currently down 2-0, but they do lead this third set, 19-16. I do remind you, Westside trying to pull off a reverse sweep, something you don't see often, but Westside has a good start to that. They currently lead this third set by 3 over Lincoln Northstar. As we head back onto the court, Westside up by 3. They look to take this third set and start their fight back in to this, currently trailing 2 sets to none. Back to serve, Sky Miller. It's dug up, but it's going to be a service ace. Sky Miller rejoices. Westside's up by 4. They need 5 more points to take their first set of the match. Miller with the serve. Kept up, set in the middle. Kotorchi kept alive. Meyer with a set in the middle, Winget. It's dug, but it's going to be a free ball for Westside. Kubat, Meyer in the middle, Winget. It gets dug by Barrios up at the net. Another free ball for Westside. Great offense so far. Meyer at the net, throws it back, kept up by Barrios. Once again, Lamb this time off the block, but it's going to be a Northstar point. They battled. They had no good offensive possessions, but they keep it alive, and they take the point. Back to serve Delaney Volkmer, the sophomore who came into this match with 11 aces. Her team trails by 3 to the number 5 ranked team in the state. Set to Winget, and she slams it with authority. 21-17, Westside with the lead. That is one of the most powerful kills I have seen by any Westside player, Ashlyn Paymal included, and we know how hard she hits it. Service ace, Sky Miller. Westside leads 22-17. The ball finally finds its way back to the service line for Jane Kubat. 22-17, Westside with the lead. Kept alive, back row for Volkmer. Now set far side, Schmidt. Meyer for Lamb, count it. Westside's on a roll. 23-17, the side rolls strong. Rattling off countless points in a row. 23-17. 2 more points to take this lead. Kubat gets a sign after nearly serving early. Another service ace she looks for, but a long free ball kept alive by Northstar. Meyer with the set to Lamb. She gets blocked, but it's kept alive. Lamb will get it back up at the post, but it's going to hit it. Point Lincoln Northstar. Back to serve, Ivana Ramos Barrios. Captain is senior, one of the very few on this Westside or Lincoln Northstar team. Back row, Paymal. It lands in bounds. Set point, Westside. Yet to hear those words. Back to set 1. They lost 31-29, but they look to win by 7 if they can get this point. You hear the Westside fans clapping. Meyer with a floating serve, kept alive by Volkmer. Set in the middle, McKernan. Dug by Miller. Great job. Westside has to throw it over. Good offensive possession needed. McKernan hits the net. Westside takes their first set of the match, and they're 2 sets away from pulling off the reverse sweep. Final score 25-18. Westside needs 2 more to pull off the incredible reverse sweep. We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. Lincoln Northstar up 2-1 over Westside. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick, alongside a roller coaster of a match. Westside currently trails 2-1. They just won the third set. They need to find a way to win the next two if they want to take home a W tonight. Lincoln Northstar just needs to win one of the next 2 sets to go back home to Lincoln with the win. A different story between the second and third sets. Lincoln Northstar won the entire time. During the second set, Westside had no lead. But in the third set, Westside had the lead the whole time. Lincoln Northstar did not have a lead at any point. The officials go over the starting rotations for both teams here in this third set. And we are good to go here at Westside High School. Ramos Barrios will start things off here in this fourth set on the WTV Live Network. Ramos Barrios, 23 aces coming into tonight's match. Looks for 24, can't get it. Lamb off the block and out of bounds. Westside starts things off with the lead, 1-0. Peyton Meyer back to serve for Westside. They're up by 1. Doug set for Volkmer, and it gets down. Lauren McKernan with the kill, ties things up at 1 apiece. (1-1) back to serve Ashlyn Jensen for the Navigators. The serve kept up by Lamb. Meyer chases over, one-hand set, but it won't get over the net in 3 touches. Northstar with their first lead here in this fourth set. Ashlyn Jensen's 19 aces on the season coming in tonight's match. Lamb plays piggyback, gets the ball back. Meyer close side. Ashlyn Paymo, count it. Ties things up at 2. Paymo leads this team in kills, 113 coming into tonight's match. 21st in kills in Class A of Nebraska. The serve in the middle for McKernan, and it sails out of bounds. Westside with the lead. Westside was down 2-0. They win third set, and here we are in the fourth set. 3-2 is the score. Service error ties things up at 3 here in this fourth set. This set still played to 25. Must win by 2. The fifth set, if we get there, is first to 15. On the service line is Elsie Schmidt for the Navigators. Kept up by Lamb. Meyer with a set to Paymo. Cross court, count it! Ashlyn Paymo. It's 4-3 Westside. Back to serve Kat Gone after checking into this game. Her serve floating into the back. Kept up by Schmidt. Rotation aired, point Warriors. 5-3 now the score. Gone with the serve. Kept up by Powell. At the front, McKernan throws it over. Paymo taps it over. Pancake, but no, it's not. Point Westside. Double Lincoln Northstar's current score, 6-3. Gone with the serve. Kept up. Now going to be thrown over by Powell. Barely gets across. Gone with the set to Paymal. Tries to go cross court but hits the block. Now for Volkmer. Down the line but out of bounds. Westside up by 4 here in set 4. Quick stoppage of play, and here we go. 7-3 Westside, Gone with the serve. Powell, now set for Volkmer. Trying to keep it alive is Peyton Meyer, but she can't. Lincoln Northstar with the point. They're within 3. Checking into the game, Alexis Party, and she'll be back to serve for Lincoln Northstar. The serve by Party. Meyer with a set in the middle for Winget. Tries to hammer it down but can't. A fight at the net. And the third hit is going to hit the net for Lincoln Northstar. Westside up by 4, 8-4. Ashlyn Payma on the service line gets a sign from her coach, and she'll throw it over. In the middle, blocked up front by Winget, and she'll get the set in the middle. Off the top of the net, it's fighting on the floor, kept alive. Westside with another chance. Now close side for Miller, gets it home, 9-4 Westside. Paymal with a serve, and it hits the net. Point Navigators, 9-5, Westside with the lead. Now back to serve, Alex Kroll for the Navigators, and she responds with a service error of her own. Westside wins the race to double digits, 10-5. On the service line, Sky Miller hits the top of the net, but get it home. 11-5, service ace Sky Miller. Service aces and service errors both come in abundance, especially into tonight's match. The serve by Miller. This one hits the net, but bounces on the wrong side, and it's gonna be a point for the Navigators. 11-6. Westside leads. The serve by Volkmer. Kubat gets to her feet for the dig. Thrown over by Lamb. Here come the Navigators. Far side for Schmidt, and it gets down. The Navigators are within 4 now of Westside. (11-7). Back to serve, Delaney Volkmer. Floats it up off the top of the net. Winget's there, and Lamb's there to dig it, and it gets down. A dig for a point. 12-7 Westside. What an acrobatic play by Madeline Lamb. Great positioning by Mackenzie Winget. Hits the top of the net for a block by Navigators, and a dig by Lamb for the point. Now far side, Schmidt, fight at the net. Lamb's there once again in position. She'll get a chance for a kill. It's blocked, Kubat's there. Once again, it's Lamb off the top of the block. Paymal, Meyer with the set. Winget in the middle, thrown over, kept alive. Now Schmidt off the block, and it's down. A long rally and a Westside point. Westside has looked significantly better in these last 2 recent sets, set number 3 and 4, as they look to pull off the reverse sweep and win 3 straight sets. Kubat with a serve, kept up by Barrios in the back, trying to get to it is Volkmer, but she can't. A service ace for Jane Kubat. The official talking right now. Kubat releases the serve early. Still talking to the statisticians and stuff at the table is the official. And we're going to get a violation on Westside, and that's going to flip the point to Lincoln Northstar. Now coming in as a sub is Mila Dietz. Paymal will talk to the chair official, the designated captain willing to do that. She shakes her head in agreement with the official. Exchange of signs and words, still communicating. The close official still talking to the statisticians at the table. Worley just walking around and pacing. They flipped the score on the scoreboard, what currently shows 12-8, which we definitely know should be probably wrong. But that's what they're going to go with. 12-8 is the score. Backtracking, subs, Mackenzie Winget checks into the game. Still talking to the chair official is Peyton Meyer. Worley says, I'm good to the close official. And Coach Worley says, let's just get things going. 12-8 the score right now. After a long stoppage of play, Barrios will have the serve for Lincoln Northstar. Off the top of the net, dug by Miller. In the middle, Lamb off the hands of the setter, Alex Kroll. Westside gets the point, 13-8, the lead. Peyton Meyer, senior captain on this Westside team. She'll be back to serve. Floats the serve into the back row, kept up by Volkmer. Now set for the far side for Schmidt. Cross court, dug by Kubat. Lamb, close side, two-hand toss over. Now Schmidt, and it gets down. McKenna Powell with a response of her own, 13-8. 13-9, sorry. Westside still with a 4-point lead. Now serving Ashlyn Jensen. Dug by Lamb, close at the net. Meyer keeps it alive for Westside. Still up at the net. The fight results in a Lincoln Northstar point. They're into double digits. It's 13-10, and all of the momentum is on the left side of the net for Lincoln Northstar. Jensen with the serve, strong serve. Lamb with the receive. Paymal cross court with the response. 14-10 Westside. Madeline Lamb on the service line. Received by Barrios. Now set for Schmidt. And it gets down in bounds. 11-14, Lincoln Northstar down by 3. Back to serve, Schmidt. Dug by Lamb. Meyer runs over to keep it alive. Paymal from the line, and it goes out of bounds. Lincoln Northstar's within 2. A very, very animated and emotional Coach Kroll right now for the Navigators. His team needs this set to win. Currently up 2-1 over Westside. The serve from Schmidt, dug by Lamb. Meyer will set for Paymal. She's off the block, but it's kept alive in the middle. McKernan, she's stuffed by Sky Miller. Westside with a 3-point lead. Subs in for Westside. Quick words between teammates. And Kat Gaughan will have the serve. Her serve, back left corner, barely got down. Fighting at the net, and Mackenzie Winget and Paymal can't keep it up. It's a 2-point set. Westside still with the lead. 15-13, the current score. Alexis Party with the serve. Lamb gets her hands on it. Kubat with her hands on it. Winget with a full head of power, and it gets down. What a turn of events. Almost should have been a free ball for Lincoln Northstar, but instead a free point for Westside. Mackenzie Winget launched that from the Warriors sign, which is the out of bounds line when it's a basketball court, and it's a point for Westside. 16-13. Paymal with the serve, chasing over Kroll with the set to Volkmer, and she's blocked. Peyton Meyer, Mackenzie Winget combined for the stop. A lot more energy for the red, white, and black in these last 2 sets. Westside has the lead 13-17. Set by Kroll for Volkmer, and it's blocked but kept alive by Volkmer's shoe. Paymal with a set in the middle for Winget, gets her fingertips over across. Now throwing it off the top of the net. Westside reorganizes. Miller with a kill attempt goes cross court, kept alive. Volkmer throws it over, landing on the line. The long rally gets the point for the Navigators. What a rally. Included a shoe-stopping dig by Delaney Volkmer. Timeout on the court, so Ariana Chorchke can tie her shoe. And the serve kept up by Lamb. Meyer will set for Miller. Down the line, off the block, and gets down. 18-14, Westside with the lead. Sky Miller stands a few feet back from the service line, and she'll give us the 18-14 serve. Goes back right, kept alive, served by Barrios, and it goes cross court and inbounds. 15-18, the Navigators within 3. Reminder, if Lincoln Northstar wins this, the match is over and they go home to Lincoln with a win. If Westside keeps the lead up and wins this one, we'll play a winner-takes-all set number 5. Volkmer with the serve. Lamb, Meyer throws it over, and it gets down. Point Westside, 19-15, 4-point lead. Kubat with the serve. Line drive kept up by Barrios. Kroll with the set. And a hammer from Elsie Schmidt. 19-16 now the score. 3-point lead for Westside. Back to serve. Ivana Ramos Barrios. one of the only seniors on this Lincoln Northstar team. Set for Lamb, a powerful kill attempt is dug by Volkmer. And now down the line and a kill for Elsie Schmidt. Back-to-back kills for her. Lincoln Northstar's within 2. They have the momentum. Ramos Barrios with the serve, floating it up, kept up by Kubat. Meyer underhand serve, Lamb, dug by Barrios. Curl with a set in the middle, McKernan. Point Westside. Lauren McKernan has been very quiet here in set number 4, and her team trails by 3 to the number 5 team in the state, the Westside Warriors. Meyer with a serve, and it gets home. Service ace, Peyton Meyer, 21-17. All smiles for the Westside Warriors right now, as they're currently lead 21-17 in set number 4. Barrios with a serve, Kroll sets it at the net, and her hair and neck hit the net. 22-17, Westside with the lead. Timeout, Coach Jeremiah Kroll and the Lincoln Navigators as his team trails 22-17. That's the first timeout called by either coach here in set number 4. Coach Worley and the Westside Warriors will have 2 timeouts remaining here in the 4th set. Lincoln Northstar will have 1 timeout remaining here in the 4th set. When we come back here on the WTV Live Network, Westside trails 2-1, current leading set 4, 22-17. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick, all alone here on the mic. 22-17 here in set number 4. Westside with the lead, but what they do not lead is the set count. They trail 2-1. They have to win this set if they want to force a winner-take-all set number 5. The Kroll set to Schmidt, kept alive at the net, but it can't get over. Lincoln Northstar continues with their energy. 18-22 the score. (22-18) right now. Westside with the lead. The serve by Jensen, kept alive. Meyer runs over for the serve. Paymal goes cross court, but it can't land in bounds. 22-19 the score now. Just barely landed out of bounds. That one did on Ashlyn Paymal. Ashlyn Jensen now with the serve. Kept up by Lamb. Meyer with a set to Paymal. She tips it over this time. Kroll will set now for Schmidt. And a net violation. Westside with the point. 23-19. Back to serve Madeline Lamb. Madeline Lamb with the serve. Barrios in the backs, keeps it up. McKernan in the middle, throws it home, but it goes out of bounds. 24-19 Westside. Set point here at Westside High School. 24-19. Westside looked to tie the sets up at 2 apiece. Near the ceiling, kept alive by Barrios. Throwing it across, but it's not going to get over. Westside takes set number 4. Back-to-back wins in set 3 and 4. This one by 6, 25-19. Westside needs to win this 5th set to pull off the reverse sweep. A reminder, this set, number 5, will be played to 15, and the winner takes it all. We'll be right back with the winner takes all set around the other corner here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick here on the mic for a roller coaster of a match here on Thursday night. It's 2 sets apiece between the number 5 team in the state, the Westside Warriors, and the number 9 team in the state, the Lincoln Northstar Navigators. And here we go. Set number 5, winner takes all. We play this set to 15 points, must win by 2. Westside was down 2 sets to nothing, but they battle back, win 2 straight sets. And here we are right now, 0-0, ready to start set number 5. Starting things off will be Peyton Meyer, the setter for this Westside Warriors team. With the serve, kept up by Schmidt. She'll get it back off the block and out of bounds. Lincoln Northstar starts the 5th and final set off with a 1-0 lead. Ramos Barrios will be back to serve. Line drive serve straight at Lamb, kept up. Meyer will set it to Paymall on the close side. She goes cross court, it's kept up by Volkmer. Kroll with the set for Jensen, kept alive. Now throwing it over is Sky Miller. Kroll with the set This one for Powell. Off the net. Meyer sets. Kubat. Now Paymal. Cross court. Volkmer right there to keep it up. Now Schmidt. Off the block. Kept alive. Barrios to Schmidt. Off the block and down. Lincoln Northstar up 2-0 in this fifth and final set. Reminder, playing this set to 15, every point matters. Ramos Barrios, the senior captain, back to serve. But it goes out of bounds. Westside gets on the board with a service error. The lead is down to 1. The tension continues to build here at Westside High School. In this fifth and final set, Westside looks to pull off the reverse sweep. Lamb with the serve, but it goes out of bounds. 3-1, Lincoln Northstar with the lead. Service errors continue to bite Westside in the back. Ashlyn Jensen, 19 aces coming in tonight. She has a couple already. Lamb right there. Meyer, now Paymal, tips it over. It's kept alive by Schmidt. She'll get it back, tapping it over. And another point for the Navigators, 4-1. Westside in a bit of a kerfuffle. They need to get the momentum back to their side of the net to get back here into this fifth and final set, currently trailing by 3. Lamb all over the serve so far. Miller chasing into the back. Barrios keeps it alive. Free ball Westside. Lamb, Meyer at the net. Paymal has to throw it over. And it looks like stepping across the line underneath was either Meyer or number 4, Mila Dietz. Westside has to call a timeout, trailing by 4 here into the fifth and final winner-take-all set number 5. Westside trails 5-1 to the Lincoln Northstar Navigators here on the WTV Live Network. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. 1-5 the score on the scoreboard. Westside trails to the Lincoln Northstar Navigators. Lincoln Northstar only needs 10 more points to win this final set. Meyer chases for the set to Paymal. Off the block, kept alive. Meyer set far side for Miller. Lincoln Northstar still there. Now down the line and gets down. There is so much energy on the left side of the net. Lincoln Northstar up by 5. Westside still yet to find any sort of momentum here in this final set. Jensen on the serve, but it's out. The only points here in this fifth set for Westside has come on the service errors from Lincoln Northstar. They have yet to find a point of their own. Cat gone. Now back to serve. Looking for momentum and Westside magic. Her serve back left corner. Barrios keeps it alive, but a free ball for Westside. Here it comes. Lamb, Meyer, Paymal tips it over in the net. Kept alive by McKernan. Once again, free ball Westside. Meyer, Paymal off the block, kept alive. Far side Schmidt, down the line, gets it down. Lincoln Northstar 7, Westside 2, here in the fifth and final set. Still, Westside yet to find any points of their own here in this final set. They have both come on service errors from Lincoln Northstar. The freshman Marie Panitz back to serve. Strong serve, Lamb's there. Meyer for Miller, off the block, it's still alive. Paymal keeps it alive, throwing it over. Kroll sets it, Volkmer gets blocked home. Westside 3, Lincoln Northstar 7. They need these points badly. Three, 7, Westside trails by 4. This set played to 15. Paymal with the serve. Kroll with the set. McKernan out of bounds. Westside back-to-back points. They're within 3. Four, 7. Westside trails to the Navigators. Paymal serve gets over. Serve is ace. 5, 7. Westside 3 straight points. I thought that one wasn't going to get over, but boy, did it have just a little bit enough might. Paymal looking for another service ace. This one she throws harder. Kroll with a set. Volkmer down the line. Lamb is there. Meyer with a set to Miller. Kept alive. Westside, it's out of bounds! Westside within 1, 6, 7, 4 straight points. Timeout, Lincoln Northstar. After 4 straight points by the Westside Warriors, they're within 1. It's 7-6 here in the winner-take-all 5th set. We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network, but you better not leave because there is a very exciting match right now on your TV. Westside down by 1 to the Navigators in the 5th and final set. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick here with a roller coaster of a match here on the WTV Live Network. 5th and final set, this situation. Winner takes all, 1st to 15. Westside trails by 1. Paymal with the serve, barely kept alive. Volkmer, Paymal there on the dig. Meyer will set to Miller, and it's down! Tied up at 7 here in set 5. Sky Miller with the kill. She ties it up at 7. Back to serve, number 7, Ashlyn Paymal. 777s, that's usually a lucky number. Volkmer with the serve. It's blocked but kept alive. Volkmer throws it alive. Lamb is there. Meyer throws it down, but it's still pancaked. Kubat, Meyer, wins it. Out of bounds. Westside with the lead. 8-7 Warriors. Paymal with the serve, floats it, kept alive by Barrios. Kroll with the set to Volkmer. It's out of bounds. Westside's up by 2. 9-7, 6 points away from taking the match. Timeout, Lincoln Northstar, Westside 9, Northstar 7. The final timeout in this final set here on the WTV Live Network, 9-7 Westside. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. I have the fifth and final set in an unbelievable top 10 Class A matchup here in the state of Nebraska. 9-7, the number 5 team in the state, the Westside Warriors, with the lead. On the service line, Creighton commit Ashlyn Paymall. Her team's up by 2. Powell, Kroll, Volkmer gets the kill. Lincoln Northstar gets some momentum back, and the match is within 1. We saw the first 2 sets, both won by Lincoln Northstar, go to extra sets. This one is played to 15. Party with the serve. Kubat digs it. Meyer with a set to Miller. One hand throw across. Kroll with a response of her own. Miller now throwing it over. Kroll sets Volkmer in the middle. Paymall keeps it alive. Meyer throws it over. Unbelievable response from Westside. Now Volkmer again. It's blocked, but on the Westside side of the net. It's tied up at 9 between the Westside Warriors and the Lincoln Northstar Navigators. Nine apiece. 6 more points for either team to win it. Lamb, Kubat, Miller. One hand kept alive by Party. Kroll with the set to Volkmer, and it's out of bounds. Westside with the lead. Back to serve, Sky Miller. She skies for the serve. Kept alive by Barrios. Kroll sets to Volkmer. Kept alive Paymall. Meyer. Lamb off the block and down. Westside 2-point lead. Once again, Miller with the serve. 11-9. Right now the score. Miller with a serve, nearly goes out. Service ace, Sky Miller. 3-point lead, Westside. (12-9) right now, Westside with the lead. Miller with the serve. It's in! Westside 13, Lincoln Northstar 9. 2 more points for the Westside Warriors to pull off an unbelievable comeback. The reverse sweep is on the horizon. 13-9, Westside with the lead. 2 more points, and Westside will seal it. Miller with the serve. Gets over, nearly a service ace. Kubat, Meyer, Lamb, cross court, inbounds, set, point, Westside, 14-9. Fans on their feet. I'm on our feet. The players are obviously on their feet. Sky Miller with a serve. 1 more point. Westside wins it. Kept alive. Barrios. Kroll. Blocked. Point Northstar. They stay alive. Here we go. We'll do it again. This time from the left side of the net. Set. Point. Westside. Back to serve. Alex Kroll. And captain on this team. Her serve. Lamb into the net. Powell, Kroll, Volkmer, Kubat, Meyer with a set. Wins it in the middle. It's out! Westside wins! Set number 5, the reverse sweep. An unbelievable comeback from the Westside Warriors. And they beat the number 9 team in the state, the Lincoln Northstar Navigators, in an unbelievable comeback. 3-2. 3 straight sets. Westside wins to come back over the Northstar Navigators. They take the 5th set, 15-10. We're going to take a quick break here, and don't go away. We'll have the player of the game in tonight's matchup when we come back. Welcome here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. I'm here with player of the game, Ashlyn Paymal. Ashlyn, you go down 2-0. What's the mindset coming into that third set?
Yeah, we really had the mindset that we were just going to go out there and play for each other. And it was really important that, like, holding the top spot in the state, it's really important to just not let games like this go. And even though they're a really good team, we still needed to battle back. So, yeah.
And that's exactly what you guys did. You battle back, pull off the reverse sweep. How excited and proud are you of this team in an unbelievable battle of adversity, taking it 3-2?
Yeah, for sure. It's just crazy to see, like, how much we've come throughout the season. Like, even though, like I said, they're a really good team, like, we just knew that we're better and that we have, like, the talent it takes to push and win the best 3 sets.
And talk about that talent, yourself included. There's a lot of great players on this team. How good is this team, and how deep can they go?
Yeah, we like to think that we have some of the best talent in the state, and it's really a big deal to us to, like, stay humble about it and just work through practices and stuff like that so that we can come out here and show how our work has transitioned to the game.
I know you guys have talked about battling adversity, and this was a perfect example of that. You guys went down 2-0 and had to battle back. What can you say about this team's mindset and culture that allows you guys to do those kind of things?
Yeah, we're so competitive. Every single one of us just works so hard, and we, like, just refuse to lose every single game.
And then we can focus down a little bit onto the season now that this one's behind you guys. It's kind of the same thing in practice over and over, but what are you guys going to focus on in practice this week?
Probably working a lot on our offense because obviously it's the biggest part of our game, and we've been working on serve receive a lot the past 2 weeks, and we really are transitioning to building a big offense to be able to terminate.
Thank you so much, Ashlyn. I'm Zach Kastrick. That's player of the game, Ashlyn Paymal. Thank you all for tuning in. Westside beats Lincoln Northstar 3-2. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Everyone have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, ouch.